Tell CJ you got another man in the house.
Because but I have been in the room with Stormy before.
Gotta get my vibrations up.
Welcome back to the Cousin Collective. I'm your girl, Monet.
And I'm your girl, Capri.
And I know y'all missed us, but life.
We took another break.
Okay.
Seemed like we had just took one.
It wasn't that long.
It
it wasn't that short time.
no, it wasn't. But I was like, I feel like we've done this before. But life, man. Life, and sometimes it just don't feel like it, right? And that's the God honest truth.
Yeah. You gotta take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take care of everybody else if you don't take care of yourself.
Period. But that don't mean we haven't been on TikTok. That don't mean we haven't been seeing what's going on in the world. Might not been recording, but we've been around.
Yes. We've been around. What you got for us?
Let's see. Gotta get my vibrations up. No, they say water is. I don't know what they say about water, but anyway.
Okay.
All right. It's good for you. Okay. So, anybody who knows what's going on social media understood that little joke that I just said. So, let's just go to the video first for those who don't know, and then we'll come back per usual. All right.
No, I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I'm the visionary. I'm the leader. But I would never eat a plate that looked like this. You couldn't even pay me $1 million to do that to myself. Oh my God. I deserve better than that. That's low vibration. And you took it. I would have been like, I'm playing like that. I tell you what I want. You don't tell me what I want. So my thought process is if you can put it on my plate, but I don't have to eat it. I got the discipline. I won't even look at it. That make you look bad. I'm a queen. Queen's plate when you like. If we used to have two plates together and said who's royalty, they would say this person. I agree. That's a good way.
So, I watched a little bit more of that clip. Someone posted more of the video in something I was watching or looking at. And the message behind that was pretty much don't accept what others try to give you.
Answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
I'm sorry.
Right.
Whoever you are. Tell CJ you got another man in the house.
Because hold on, I'm sorry.
Speaking of, let me turn my phone on vibrate right now.
I didn't ask Siri anything, so okay, I turned it off.
Anyway. Look, I got something to say.
So the rest of the video, she tried to make a point to basically say, don't accept what anybody gives you. You basically write your own ticket in a sense. But I have been in the room with Stormy before. I've been in an organization that she was in. She was, what they call it, your up. What is it called? Whatever. She was like up rank in my direct organization.
Mm-hmm.
That is always her delivery. She comes across as better than. It's not, to me, it's not coaching. It's belittling people to try to make them think like she thinks. That's where I think she goes wrong. I've personally lost all respect for her from what I was in with her because I'm not going to go into details, but they were scamish, right? So when I see her, honestly, I don't even hear her messages anymore. I just be like, whatever, next. But anyway, her delivery is always, it seems negative. you know, and then people in her circle or people under her, it's almost like they worship her. Like, because I would have been very like, bruh, if she was talking to me like that, but it was like, no, but no, but no, but you know, like trying to please her. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's the exchange with people who are connected to her, and it's sickening to watch. But you're calling her plate low vibrational, but you had some of the same foods on your plate that she had on her plate, and you were eating shrimp, which is a sea cockroach. So how was your plate a queen plate when you were eating a sea cockroach?
So the first thing I did when I saw this video was laughed. Oh, I LOL'd, okay? And I'm like, what? You know, my typical response. First thing is, again, yes, her coaching method seems more of a, like you say, belittling, don't forget where you come from type situation. Coaching. Again, I agree, the plates. And a lot of people made a clear statement, which is a fact. A queen's royalty's plates look more like the other girl plate because they feast. You look like you in a famine.
But that's
You
true.
have the same exact thing on your plate as you sitting there with your legs cocked open.
Right. Pointing in her plate, rude. Nasty.
Girl, I was like,
spitting.
Girl, there is nothing about your you look like you hungry. And I'm gonna tell you, ain't no way I'm fitting to go to anybody's cookout that I choose to go to, you know, because in 1 week, you know, we don't eat everybody's food. But if I'm at a cookout, I'm gonna eat. I eat. It's because I trust you. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no way I'm about to come to your cookout and have a plate like hers. I don't care if I'm this size or her size. I'm not getting ready to put a little bit of something on my plate. I'm getting everything. First of all, I don't want to keep going back. That's right. The first thing. Secondly, I don't want to miss out because people be greedy. You mess around and you F around and find out and you won't have nothing to go back to.
That part.
The message I get, the delivery was trash. And I don't even think she realizes that was the message that she conveyed to that girl. Because if you go back and look at it, when the girl was trying to confirm that was the message, she didn't respond at all. She didn't even acknowledge it. So I felt like she was just talking, just trying to be better than somebody. And it's not what someone accepts. Like, when you go to a buffet, even if someone's fixing your plate, you choose what you want on your plate. You say, I want this. I want, even if they're fixing your plate, do you want, no, I don't want that. So it was just like, none of that makes sense. That girl wanted to eat, and you made her feel bad about what her plate looked like when you had the same exact stuff on your plate, just in smaller quantities. And you made a horrible comparison to royalty and people who are not royal.
Yeah.
Hood rat. Girl, listen, I'm gonna be vibrating low. Okay, I'm gonna be vibrating low because I'd be damned if I go to anybody cookout or whatever resort they were in. So
what she have? You had a sea roach, and you had chicken, which is a nasty behind animal, and you had corn on the cob that don't even digest. So your whole plate was disgusting too, even though it was smaller portions. And
look, and we can even go even further. And it was a paper plate. Girl, bye.
So your plate was not high vibrational either. It was just cleaner. That's it.
The girl said I had a high value plate.
I'm like, what is high vibrational about what's on your plate? You had no greens.
Nothing. I could see. I wouldn't condone her message, but she she could have fought that a little better if she had like a just a whole plant-based type situation going on. You had meat and carbs, and you
Yep.
legs cocked open, girl, bye.
That was hood rat. I'm sorry.
That is not coaching. And so in my opinion, I don't follow her, but I've seen, several things that she's been on, and I know she had a reality show at one point. And just the type of people that she, I think it was her that had a reality show. Did she have a reality show?
She did at one point.
When it had something to do with strippers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I watched a few of those episodes. And so, I felt even then like she had, well, it seemed her intentions were to reach these people. Now, I'm not taking away from the fact that, yes, if this is the crowd that you can reach, then great, right? Then we need people like you, right? But you don't go in there making these women feel like they're less than. Because even then she was doing the most and making them women feel like trash. And it's like, you go in and you already have these people who worship you because they have low self-esteem. They, they're vulnerable to whatever, and they have their own mess going on. So they look up to you because, one, you flaunt the money and the material things around, but what they're not understanding is that your personality and the way you come off, don't nobody want to be around it. Don't nobody who know better want to be around it.
Right.
They don't know any better. And these women are paying. Listen, she be having these events, right? And she has events now, and them things on sale, they're $5,000. On sale, they're $15,000 on sale.
I believe
these women will pay to go to get belittled.
And I'm gonna tell you how I believe it. And so again, when I was in the organization, the delivery of the people who were coached by her was like, let's say in my situation at the time when I got into it, I was looking for a side hustle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the delivery was like, if I have $500 in my bank account and I have to choose between investing in my business, quote unquote, side hustle, or paying my rent, I don't want it bad enough if I don't decide to pay to be in that organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always like, how bad do you want it? If you ain't got it, or you can't make a way to get it, you don't want it bad enough. If you can't find people that's going to give you X amount of dollars to make sure that you can get into this thing, or if you ain't willing to sacrifice paying your light bill so that you can come to this course so that you can learn, it's that type of delivery. So I believe her seminars are, or whatever her things are, that expensive.
Let me see. So she has this mastermind, these mastermind things, whatever, right? Master classes and events and seminars, right? A 2-day VIP experience on sale, $49.97. It was $69.97. It includes the experience of her closet. You can tour her closet. You have that's a Friday, and then you have like a Saturday mastermind experience where you spend a day with her and Les Brown and meditate, work out, and learn and party. Food is included throughout the stay and so much more. It's sold out. There's a diamond package, 3-day diamond experience with Stormy. The retail is $12,000. The sale is $10,000. Again, you get everything above with the closet, the whatever, but then you get a yacht. You get the yacht experience on Miami waters. brunches included with mastermind classes. Sold out.
Wow.
So I also saw a video, and then we're gonna move on, of her, because you know when these videos are posted on social media, you go in the comments, there's a lot of conversation, and then some people will tag other videos. So there was another video where she was out with some girls. I don't know if it was during this experience, the Stormi experience, but they were out eating and they decided to play Russian roulette, credit card Russian roulette. So you know what that is, right? So basically, credit card roulette is when it's kind of like with a gun, except you do it with a credit card. So you know what Russian roulette is with a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing with a credit card, to see who you give all of your cards to the waiter or put it in a bucket, and then the waiter chooses it, and whoever gets it has to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the bill was 4 figures. Okay. It was expensive. And you could just see when they were panning around people's faces, like, girl, I ain't got this. You could look at the expressions on their face. But what happened was the waiter ended up pulling Stormi's card. She ain't like that shit.
Really?
She tried to get over on these girls. You know these girls ain't got that kind of money.
Right.
And they done gave you what they have, and then you still want them to pay for dinner. But I thought it was included. And I don't know, again, I don't know if this was a paid event. I'm assuming anybody who gets to spend that kind of time with her was paid. They paid her. Okay.
Right.
And then you gonna make them pay to eat when you already took their money. But yeah, girl, she ended up, that thing backfired on her, and she ended up having to her card was drawn, but the look on her face was like, this hot mess express.
Yeah, I'm not feeling her.
Y'all. Now, I'm a coach, okay? Not that kind of coach, but I'm a coach. I do believe, and I have a coach. I do believe that, you know, when it comes to certain things in business, you do need experience, people with experience, experts to help you navigate, to help you, whatever it is, whatever situation, because it depends on what your needs are. That's the type of coach you seek, right? But I also believe in fairness. And, you know, I don't know if she's trying to get them into MLM or what her end goal is with them. Like, I don't know what her mastermind classes are about. Are these women trying to start their own business? What are they trying to do? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you just gotta be, all coaches aren't bad. You gotta be mindful. Like I said, I do believe in fairness, and I don't believe in just ripping people off. And I definitely don't believe in coaching. Coaching definitely is about pouring into people, not about tearing them down or taking from them.
Right.
And when I see people do stuff like that, it bothers me. Like, because a lot of these women, believe it or not, people can say, but they know better, but sometimes they don't. They don't. They see someone doing better than them and they think that's it because that's what is in front of them. And I just wish she would change her approach to not try to make these women feel like you don't have to be so harsh to people to get a point across.
Yeah.
You don't have to be.
Her story is good enough.
Right.
Like her lifestyle, her life story,
right,
of where she came from to where she is now is good enough.
She hustled now. Ain't nobody taking that away from her. But it's like, now that you're there, like, you don't have to step on people and treat people like trash. Those aren't the people that that's trying to take advantage of you. It's the people up there with you that you need to be having the attitudes towards. So yeah, listen, it's gonna be low vibrational plates for me. Okay.
Shrimp and chicken and corn on the cob is not high vibrational. Sorry. There is nothing high vibrational about that.
Girl, she is like the Kevin Samuels of food plates, ain't she, child?
All of it gonna give you itis like her plate anyway. So
For real. The barbecue sauce, no wings look kind of good. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, the food look good.
It look good.
I mean, now the other girl plate, it did look slopped together, but that's what cookout plates look like typically.
That's what they look like. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I go to a cookout, I want my food touching. I mix my stuff together like a little bit. I like that because I'm gonna pick around anyway. So I don't mind my hamburgers, buns, or my darn hot dog buns getting in the baked bean sauce.
Yeah,
that makes it better.
It makes it better.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go somewhere and sit in the corner and probably go to sleep.
Yep.
Girl, and I ain't gonna judge you. And ain't gonna judge you. All right. So moving along, Lord have mercy. So we want to talk about that, but we're going to shift the topics more into family. The next thing is, I wish you could see what I'm over here doing. I'm so stupid.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to use my mouse pad, but this ain't my mouse pad. This is the thing my mic is on. I'm just let's go ahead.
All right, here, right now. I'm gonna get the mic to them. Let's go. All right, so first and foremost, thank y'all all for coming. Appreciate y'all. Definitely got to give a shout out to everybody that played a role in this.
Not everybody, because some people came and didn't even bring a gift. Say something, because this kind of gives me wedding vibes. At my wedding, a lot of people came, but they didn't bring a gift. So if you came to the baby shower and you didn't bring a gift, you can leave.
She didn't mean that.
No, I meant it. I meant it, Pam.
It's the baby hormones.
It ain't no hormones.
She didn't mean that.
I meant that. I meant exactly what I said. So if you didn't bring a gift, you can get up and go. I said what I said.
That was harsh.
My girl said, "This is not why people always want to put when you're pregnant." They used to get on my nerves when I was pregnant. Oh, it's just your hormones talking. No, this is me. Let's be clear.
Right.
This is not my hormones. I am.
Her face was like.
She's like, "It's my hormones." No, boo. This is me. All me.
So I'm gonna say that was harsh, but I get it, but dang. I mean, I get it, but it's not that deep. If that was your expectation, it should be in the invitation. If you ain't bringing a gift, don't come. So if that's your expectation, I feel like maybe that should be advised up front in the invitation. Like if you're not gonna bring a gift, don't come. I guess. I guess I understand because people put so much money into their baby showers, but at the same time, it's not my fault. I didn't ask you to. I don't know, man. I get it, but I don't. I'm not gonna do that to people because I've been invited somewhere, and let's say like it just ain't the right time for me financially. So do I say I'm not coming because I can't afford to buy you a gift, or do I show up to be present and supportive and get a gift later? Like I don't know.
Now, someone brought that up. What if they were going to bring a gift later, but 9 times out of 10, people don't.
Right.
Would I do that? No. But do I understand it? Absolutely. Why do we go to baby showers? What is a major part of a baby shower?
Gifts. Yes, to pour into the
To
baby.
shower the baby.
Yes.
I don't need you to shower me with your presence to eat my food.
But are we also not celebrating it though?
You can celebrate anytime. I feel like this. If you know you're not going to buy a gift, don't come. There's a difference in you going to buy one later, because again, yes, you have. Now I've been invited of going to baby showers, but not where I've actually gotten an invitation. If I've gotten an invitation, then I know that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bring something. Mainly because, and this is gonna sound so vain, I want people to be like, "Ooh, I wish she opened my gift."
Yeah.
Gift wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of competition. Now it's different if I go with somebody else, like I did with you. I don't feel like I'm expected to, but if I do, and Lord Jesus, we'll talk about it later. Still, I'm horrible. But that was different. You know what I'm saying? But if you give me an invitation to your baby shower and I show up and I don't have something for the baby or for you to come on now, this isn't that. I just feel like that's part of it. That's just part of it. It's a big part of it. So I mean, I get it. I would not do that. But my girl said, "Look, this is giving very much wedding vibes, because you know people do that at weddings. Now I ain't gonna sit here and act like I take gifts to weddings, because I don't all the time. I don't really go to weddings, but I
and I know for our wedding, we didn't get that many gifts either.
Huh?
We didn't get that many gifts at our wedding either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I expected it though. But I guess at a baby shower you do expect gifts because you're getting ready for the baby's arrival.
Mm-hmm. My girl said, "Y'all ain't Gary, come up in here and eat up all my darn food
and play my game
and measure my stomach
for the free
$99."
This is the no gifts food table.
That girl said, "Y'all can get up and leave."
You get low vibrational foods if you didn't bring them.
Yeah. No, they would have to get high vibrational food, honey, because they ain't getting the good stuff. You gonna get some kale.
You gonna get a ham sandwich in a bag of chips
with one piece of ham.
Stop it.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
We don't never let me have fun. Damn it. Oh, gosh, whatever.
I get it.
But yeah, I would
see that. So I used to go through that with my kids' birthday parties, right? Mm-hmm. People would come and wouldn't bring a gift. So I personally stopped opening gifts at parties. Mm-hmm. And my kids open it later because, my little tender heart, I don't want people to feel, oh my gosh, I didn't bring a gift. So that's why I say I get it, but
I think I feel like, and in both, this is how I feel, but I feel more like this about a birthday party. I feel like your presence is more important to me. So I also believe it depends on the people. And it goes back to love language too. Because some people I personally wouldn't care, because if you brought my baby something and came to the shower, because my love language isn't gifts. I'm not saying don't nobody bring anything, but that's because my child gonna have what they're gonna need anyway and what they want anyway. But I think that also kind of stems from that too, what your love language is. And some people truly throw these types of parties because they want the gifts, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very helpful, you know what I'm saying? Birthday parties, I feel are different. I feel like if I throw a birthday party, I honestly don't care if you bring me a gift, just show up. Because it's the support. I want to celebrate, and to me, celebrating me means us all getting together, having fun, and enjoying ourselves. Yeah. So I'm gonna be throwing myself a party when I turn 45. So y'all be ready. I'm giving y'all full notice. And whoever don't show, I'm Xing you out my life after that for the rest of my life.
Per.
Period.
Period. So I'm saying.
But no, girl, she was saying, I was like, she said, y'all get up and leave.
She did.
Like, then leave.
But again, that goes back to, remember a while ago, we talked about the couple who got married that sent their guest invoices for not showing up.
Yes, they sent their guest invoices. I do remember that. Yep.
But like I said, just make it clear from the jump. Like, it's not being rude, it's setting expectations. And if you just, if you ain't bringing a gift, you don't come. If you're not going to show up, you're going to receive an invoice. Like, just be direct up front. That right there will be hella embarrassing. Do you think if I didn't bring a gift, I'm going to stand up and walk out?
I'll be walking out laughing because I'm extra unnecessary. I don't know if I would want to put that on my invoice, on my invitation though. Because then I feel like it, because then I want to know who wholeheartedly, because it would take away from who intended and who meant the gift, or who's just being fake, to be honest with you. I feel like that kind of weeds people out. Don't give them no heads up. If somebody comes, just go take a darn gift to the baby shower. It don't cost nothing to put $5 in a darn gift card or something. All that stuff add up. Get some.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, some people they registries be like, what the hell?
You don't got it, and that's the other thing. You don't have to get what's on the registry.
I just buy gift cards.
I'm gonna buy what I want to buy. What you having, boy or girl? You don't know? Okay, I'm gonna buy what I want to buy for the baby, because now that is a different thing. You're not gonna. Now I might ask you, if you have like a theme, or if you have like a, you certain colors you want to stay away from. I get that, but I'm gonna ultimately buy what I want to buy. You're not gonna dictate that. And then if you don't want it, that's fine. But I don't have to. You don't have to stick to registries. Registries are wish lists. If I go on your registry and your registry is out of my budget, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
I just get gift cards to stay safe,
girl. But see, I like to give gifts.
I get it, but see, my thing is, if I buy you, like, say, if I see like a cute outfit and I think, oh, that's cute, and I want to get it for your baby, and you never put it on your baby, I'm gonna be mad. I'm just gonna be upset. I give good gifts because
that's a waste. People like my gifts, so. Plus, I'm also thoughtful, and I want it. Usually, when I give gifts, is usually there's thought behind it, which also is a gift and a curse, because the curse is because I try to put so much thought behind giving gifts to certain people, it delays me, and then sometimes leaves my brain, and it never happens. So, but girl, yeah, that was funny to me. I would probably be like, church finger. Okay, so this next topic we're going to talk about, and it's about parenting. It's about gentle parenting. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I looked up the meaning of gentle parenting, but from what I've looked at and the videos that I've seen, it's just that. It's just it's about, to me, from my perspective, it's about standing your ground, being more consistent with discipline, but doing it from the approach where the child has a little bit more freedom, in a sense, a little bit more, what's the word? Autonomy, maybe. Definitely not being aggressive, but being still having authority. I've seen people do it different ways. I've seen some women just completely get run over by their children. But I've also seen the women who, like I say, show authority. So what do you, and it's new for there's so much that just comes up in our day and age, right? Because everyone is trying to get away from all of the toxic past and try to find a different way of doing things. And so, of course, you know, parenting is one of them. So, what is your take so far on? And then I'll come back.
So, my thoughts on what gentle parenting is like having patience, conversation over scolding, setting boundaries ahead of time, allowing your child to be expressive, communicating calmly and positively versus negative, and also allowing the child to understand the whys.
Right.
Less physical discipline. My opinion on it is when I first became a parent, almost 13 years ago, my grandmother, who would be their great grandmother, she tried to persuade me to be more of the gentle parenting. At the beginning, well, I'm not gonna say right when they were babies, right? Because I didn't have to discipline them as babies, but you know, as they became toddlers, I didn't understand it because I didn't have patience for it. But so mine was still, my reactions still were not physical. Like I can't remember actually really spanking my children ever. Maybe popped on the butt or popped in the mouth before, but that was way early on. I don't remember the last time I've done the popping part, right?
Yeah.
But my struggle was yelling.
Yeah.
But I think it was more so yeah, I had a lack of patience, but also I'm so soft-spoken. So I yell to make people listen to me, like trying to be authoritative. I feel like I resulted to yelling as being the way to do that, right?
Right.
But I've learned and my patience has grown. So I do practice gentle parenting. I explain the whys. I do set the boundaries ahead of time. I'm not physical. I don't yell, but I do have authority in my voice, but I do also not, because we talked about the whole slave versus master mentality with our children, and I'm trying to stay away from that. And I want my children to learn to converse with me to understand why they should do what they do. But I think the key to gentle parenting is following through with the consequences that you communicate to your child will happen. I think those parents who them children act out, they're not following through with those consequences, right? Even though they're not physical, there's still some consequence. Like my children know if you do this, I'm taking this away from you. The things that they like and love to do for fun, right? And as I was thinking about this topic before today, I was like, dang, my kids they don't get spankings. I don't hit them at all. I don't yell like that anymore. Sometimes I slip up. Um, but they're good children. They're really good children. The thing that they lack the most is probably being consistent with doing their chores. But they have somehow grasped being afraid to hurt my feelings, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, Charlie, I have never told my kids, like, I expect you to get straight A's. I've always told my kids, I know your potential and you're going to work hard and not slack, right? But if Charlie, let's say for her, for example, if she gets a C on an assignment in school, she automatically comes home and feels like, oh my gosh, you're going to be so mad at me. Like, and I don't know where that came from. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not physical with them, but she's afraid to hurt my feelings. And same with Amani. They're both very apologetic when it's things that they feel like they've done wrong or, gone astray.
Right.
So I think it is the setting the boundaries with them or them knowing my expectations ahead of time and knowing if you don't do this, yeah, I'm not going to be physical, but you'll be losing, something that they love, if that makes sense. So I think gentle parenting works. You have to be consistent with following through with the consequences.
It's so deep, man. So I knew none of this was a thing, of course, when I was when Jalen and Khalil were young, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did know that I wanted to raise my children differently than how I was. I did know that I wanted to allow them to not be in such a dictatorship home. I wanted, like, say, have conversations. Like, I wanted you to understand, if this happened, I wanted them to understand what could they have done differently, or how could they have handled it differently. Did I spank them? Yes. Often? No. I was a yeller. And I think that's why I can't yell now. And I was a grounder, but I don't think I really held out like I could have. Because I feel like if I was grounding Jalen and Khalil, I'm grounded.
Right.
That's not fair. Because, especially, when you want to get out. Because back then, I wanted to do stuff, when I could. So it's like I would ground them, but then I would still like kind of take a little bit back. Right. I see them recording their parenting on TikTok. And like you said, it takes a lot of following through, but it takes a lot of consistency. And that is where a lot of parents, and I think I've said this before, drop the ball because we be tired when you're trying to be the parent, the provider, the taxi cab, the friend, the nurse, the doctor, the everything. And then if you married, like in your situation, you got to tend to your husband. If you somebody like I was in school, I was a single parent, just trying to be so many different people to this one person and maintain yourself and your household and any additional children that you have. It can be exhausting, and it makes it sometimes it's just easier to just be like, you know what, whatever. And so it's always easy to say pick your battles. And I still believe that, pick your battles, because if you don't, you will lose your mind when it comes to parenting. But being consistent, you have to what's important. You know what I'm saying? You can't you can discipline them and everything, but you can't, because you're going to be exhausted. It's going to be it's a lot. Yeah. So you have to choose what you think is important, or figure that out for that moment, and stay on them about it, and stay on the situation about it, because if you drop the ball, it only takes one moment and then it's all over. Yeah. And then you have to start from scratch. And you know how we, reprogramming children to get back into the way you want them to, behave, or a routine or whatever. It's a lot. So gentle parenting is a lot. Consistency is a lot. And it's a lot when it comes to children, because children often can hold out longer than we can, because they have limitless energy. Yeah. To do so. So a lot of parents break under that pressure. And then on top of that, you're battling your aggression, because sometimes you do just want to and be done. So it's a lot internally. I do like a lot of the aspects. I just don't. I feel like when it comes to, because some of them literally let their children talk to them the way they want to talk to them. Yeah. That is the part I do not agree with, because you cannot. It's not just you can't talk to me any kind of way. You can't talk to people any kind of way. Because if you're teaching them, and this is my opinion, you're teaching them that it's okay to not really think of, be kinder with their words, or change their tone, learn about changing their tone. I think that's a good lesson. Teach them about their tone, teach them about communicating better, and not being so, because I don't want, and no, this is not what we're going to do.
Right. So I was going to say that it takes a lot of redirecting.
Very much
again, it is our job as the parent to mold them into becoming an adult, right? Mm-hmm. And so if we're taking the gentle parenting approach, where it is a little bit more expressive, when they're crossing that line, it is our job to sit them down and be like, come on, I want to hear what you got to say, but you cannot say it to me like that. You have to say it this way. A lot of redirecting. And I think, like you said, the exhaustion to some parents, sometimes they just let it go because they don't have the energy.
Right. And in one video, the child was being aggressive, right? With the words, communicating or whatever. And instead of her focusing, because the child, I can't remember what the child wanted. Maybe bedtime. The child didn't want to go to bed right then. And instead of the parent focusing on the tone, they were focusing on the child complaining about going to bed. And I feel like you also have to you got to pay attention. It's not just, this wasn't just about bedtime. This is also a learning lesson about, like, say, the tone. You do not talk to me this way because that's disrespectful. And then again, like I said, it teaches them to go out into the world and talk to other people that way, teachers, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then that means that in their mind, they're probably expecting, okay, I'm going to talk to you any kind of way. And if you feel some kind of way, you're going to redirect me. No, because some people going to pop you. If you're an adult, you're going to get, and I don't mean popism. So you have to focus. You can give them freedom of expression, but it has to be respectful. Right? There's a time and a place to pop off on people. Your parents is because you don't want to go to bed. That's not easy.
Right.
My children never did that. And people can say, well, my children never talk sideways to me like that. Period. I don't want to do, and I never had to tell them this is a dictatorship. Right. So some things you don't have to say, right? Because they know. Back to the teachers. There was a teacher who posted a video, and her standpoint was, if you're gentle parenting at home and you have these type of children and they come into my classroom and now I got to gentle teach to this child when I got 85 other students, you know what I'm saying? Houseway, like, I get it, but I still feel like there has to be some serious boundaries. And when it comes to choices, okay, but when it comes to the way they act and their behavior, no, absolutely not. I just feel like, to me, to this day, your behavior is going to determine what your punishment is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's just how I feel.
I think
you can talk to some kids so you blue in the face. And I'm not saying spank your child. I'm not saying don't spank your child. I still believe in spankings because sometimes you can talk to you blue in the face and they don't feel it. They don't hear it. You redirect. Sometimes it might just need a pop on that back of that leg or that hand or whatever. I'm not condoning it. I'm not condemning it. I'm just saying everybody's situation is different. I get it. I like certain aspects of it. But if you have an uncontrollable child who's just, and I'm going to take away mental issues, I'm taking away all of that. Some children are just hard-headed and don't respect authority. Gentle parenting may not be for that child. Not so gentle. Because someone that's like, no. That's the part that I don't agree with. Is the
please, Johnny.
No,
I'm not doing that.
Johnny been like pick something up and busted you over your head with it.
I don't believe in pleading with my children because I feel like sometimes,
and I don't negotiate.
Right. I think the gentle parenting sometimes gets mixed up with allowing your children to be in control of the narrative. No.
And I've seen some of that, and that's a good that's a good way to distinguish the two. That's what I've seen, and I'm like, y'all just, and because people want to jump on a bandwagon, right? So you see a little bit of this, you need to go research, just like that what's it called? I forget the name of it, but how people are raising their children, and these 2 and 3-year-olds are cooking. They got their own kitchens. They got their own little. I forget. It is so freaking cool. But there are people. I gotta research it. I gotta not research it. I gotta look it up. I cannot think of what it's called. Dang it! It's a style of raising. It's another style of raising your children to be more independent. I mean, when I say cooking,
I've seen a little video of a little toddler cooking. I was like, he is cooking.
Something more. I gotta come up. I gotta figure out the name of that. But it is so freaking cool. But people are against it. You're not letting your child be a child. That child can cook a full course meal. You better hush. They have their own little idiot. They have their own real working kitchens, refrigerators, everything. They teach them to restock their snacks, their drinks. They have their little bowls. They want their little snacks or whatever. They're great. I've seen kids make spaghetti. I've seen them cut up stuff. 4 and 5-year-olds, like Montessori. It's a Montessori style. So, there's so many different ways of, incorporating different techniques and methods into raising your children. But at the end of the day, teach them to be respectable.
Yes, I think that's the bottom line. Other people, regardless of what style of parenting that you choose to do.
You're right.
Teach your children to respect others.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going places outside of the home.
Yes. Because that ain't gonna fly.
It's not the reality of what's in your home all the time. And I agree. I feel bad for teachers who, the children at home get to be in charge and run the home. And then they come to school and the teachers are constantly having to fight with that 1 or 2 children in their class and a number of 20-something kids. And they're disruptive. They can't teach because they're focused on always having to discipline that one child.
Right.
Because the child doesn't understand how to not be in control,
Right. And then the parents be like, this is how I raise my children.
Yeah, well, then you homeschool them.
Homeschool them. Because we don't have time.
Right.
Because they need to be able, because in the end of the day, you are raising your children, and your children will eventually full-fledged be a part of society. And if this is how they act now, this is how they're going to act later if no one is helping them redirect for real and change, how they interact in public. You can't go on jobs acting like this. You can't throw a temper tantrum at work because you want to take off or leave early, and you're waiting for someone to come in and gentle adult you. Like, no, that's not going to work. So I do agree with the idea and the concept. I just think there's some things sometimes, and I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to come up with new ways to do stuff. Girl,
it's just like with anything else in life, moderation. There's got to be a balance.
Sometimes people can go overboard with stuff.
I don't want my children to be scared of me. Yeah. Like, I think that other approach, like how we grew up, and this is no shade to my parents or anything, because you do what you know, right?
Right.
What you feel is best. But I was afraid of my parents.
There's a difference between being afraid. I don't want anyone to be afraid of me. I want respect. Right. People get killed out of fear.
Right.
And I'm gonna be done with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about respect. Yeah. I agree.
Child. But anyway, y'all.
But hold on. Back to that whole yelling part. You talking about you can't yell no more? Girl, the last time I tried to yell, I quit because ain't no way in all get out I'm gonna be yelling and choke at the same time. This is for real. I can't yell. I can't without choking.
It's like it just get right there, and it's just like, you know what? Just
throat be dry from yelling. I said, I'm not doing this no more.
Send it in all caps. Girl, yeah. Every time I try to raise my voice, it's like, what happened?
I'm about to be joking and embarrassed, and your kid be like, you can't even yell at me.
Weak ass boy.
So I can't go. I can't.
Like Kevin said, you ain't gonna do.
Girl.
Oh gosh. Girl, that thing. I just be like, Lord, I can't yell no more the way I used to. So I have no choice but to I can raise my voice, but I can't yell. So I was like, I have no choice but to just
tone it down.
I've been forced to.
Yeah.
Because I was a yeller. And a loud talker. I mean, I am a loud talker. It's, you know, where I come from. We all loud. But yeah. Be out here choking. Get your
right. Because you know I can't talk loud.
Mm-hmm.
So yelling for me is like my vocal cords be like, "What the hell you doing, girl?" Like
they be like, "Nah, I'ma head out."
Hey, now you ain't done this to us in a long time. What are you doing?
Tripping. Look how trying to be all new. They be like, Oh gosh. Well, cousins, I think we've talked long enough tonight or today. So you know what to do. Follow us on Facebook. We're on TikTok, Instagram. We gotta post better. We gotta do better with posting. We gonna get there. Make sure you join the discussion below in the comments. Like this video and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as usual, tell a friend.
To tell a friend to tell a friend all about the Cousin Collective.
We'll see you next week. Bye.